Hopefully you watched my other video where I had the little guide here on the stud, the upper studs, upper 2 or 3 studs, so I wouldn't damage the threads. I've had guys just wreck the threads, and tire shops wreck the threads. So I had the 2 of them up top here. That's where the brakes were set, so I only put 2 on out of my pail of different size ones for different size tires. Then what I did is I try and tighten it down so the nut is flush with the stud, but down here I couldn't get these. Then I'll put the valve core down, and hopefully you guys can see this. Oh yeah, the distance between the tire and my oil jug. You probably notice it's about none there. So I'll spin the wheel. Oh yeah, look at that. That's about 1/4 inch. And if I look up, it's opposite the valve guide. So I'll bring the valve guide down. To where she needs to get tightened. And right now, all I do is use this little handy thing to get them snug. And when I can't snug them up anymore, then I'll go to my 1/2 inch ratchet and then my 3/4 inch ratchet, and then the pipe on it. I think the torque spec is 250 pounds on these nuts and wedges. And you'll say, oh, that's going through a lot of work. Yeah, it is. But my wheels don't wobble. And I'm not a professional tire guy. I maybe change 2 or 4 tires a year. Had a guy named Sterling, worked at Campa Tire in St. Paul, which is now long gone. I hope Sterling is doing extremely well. He'd come, he'd look at it, he'd take his air impact and zip them down, and he'd get it right away. He's got natural talent. And I'm sure you guys have seen jobs where people just have natural talent. Well, I don't have the tire tightening talent. I've got some other skills. But anyway, we replaced the linoleum in one of our rooms in the house, and I cut it into like 4 by 6 chunks, and it's really nice. There have been times when there's snow on the ground and I have to crawl under the truck for check a brake adjustment or put a air jack under it. Then you're probably wondering, where the heck is my air coming from? So anyway, here's my air tank. Pull off my cap. There's my coupler. And I just plug her in right there. And I've got air. I do carry a little air hose with me and a tire chuck so I can fill up a tire if I've ever had a low one. I've gotten to the job sometimes where I've got many years ago, completely flat tire and just put it on, fill her up, and work for the day. But now, I believe if your tire goes below, let's see, if you're supposed to be inflated to 80, if it goes, 15% below the rated tire pressure by federal law, DOT, whatever it is, you're supposed to have the tire dismounted, disassembled, and inspected. There's some places good enough, they don't even, if it's an outside one, they won't even dismantle the tire. They'll check it right on for cord breakage and damage on the inside of the tire from running it low. We don't run very long distances, so I don't think we've ever had any problem with that. But I do know of a guy who was killed He had a tire, it went flat, and he filled it up, and he was standing there, and it blew. On radials, those are called zipper failures. And the boss's wife was in the truck. He was going to drop her off to bring the car back or something, and it killed him right there. Blew into his chest. These are the tires I took off. Just wondering if you can see that. Nope. It's always down when you want to look at it. Big chunk, not a big chunk, little chunk down to just above the cords. So hope this is good information for you. If you want me to make a video on something, let me know. Thank you.